Can we get a sailboat, chasing down the sunset as we float round and round the globe?
This is Margarita, the normal one in a not quite normal marriage.
And this is Peter. He's a little bit different, which keeps me on my toes. Together we are on an adventure that didn't work out as planned, but we are fighting back, so come join us.
We are still in southern Cuba, making our way to Cienfuegos from Cayo Largo. But there are some reefs along the way. Cayo de Dios, the Cays of the gods. Sounds dreamy. Last week we were at Cayo Sal, but today we are heading only 8 miles as the crow flies to Cayo Guano del Este. Looking forward to checking that out, but with the winds expected to be east-northeast all morning, we're going to be tacking all the way to get there. It looks like our Dodger has seen better days. Just from the chart plotter, we can see the wind is more like southeast at the beginning and then by mid-morning east-southeast. This really is a good day to head for Cienfuegos, but I'm guessing by the approaching northerly in a couple of days and the clockwise movement of the wind preceding it, tomorrow may be even more southeast, which would be even better for us. Waiting longer, however, as the wind cycles to south and then southwest is no good though, because it usually dies. The lighthouse is dead ahead, and due to its size you can see it for miles and miles. That's a piece of foam that we use to block the chain hole to stop water going down. We bolt our anchor down. Some people just jam it back with the windlass, but I don't like to do it because bending that shaft of the windlass is a very expensive piece to replace. At the moment it isn't rolly at all, but I'm expecting a more southeast wind strengthening tonight, and it will make it a rolly anchorage since the advancing wave fronts bend around the island, both refracting due to the shallow water and diffracting around the point. There you go people, high school physics. Sometimes it's good to pay attention. So by the time the wave fronts hit the boat, they will be beam on, causing an uncomfortable night. So I set up the bridle to meet the advancing wave fronts, bow and stern on. Now that we are parallel to the island, any of the swell that wraps around the island will meet the bow or stern and the boat will just bob up and down, rather than roll side to side. Even small chop can get you resonating 20 degrees either side of vertical every 10 minutes or so. This case is easy since both the north waves and south waves are in line and parallel to the virtually straight island, but a bridle setup can be adjusted to minimise the rolling in most circumstances. You just have to experiment by bringing in or releasing the stern line. In this case, if you release the stern line and get the axis of the boat in line with the fine orange line here, the bow and stern will meet the waves not quite at 90 degrees, but close enough to not roll. But then we have this example. You'll have a hard time getting comfortable here. Better go to another anchorage. Unless the fishing is good, of course, and then you'll just have to toughen up, princess. The island and lighthouse beckons, so let's go and check it out. I could see it was super sharp coral from the boat, so I brought a fender along to protect the dinghy. Pull me forward. There we go. Okay, barring a tsunami, tempest or margarita, I think the dinghy will be just fine. I'm no expert, but I think this building needs a roof, and this one maybe needs some bricks that don't dissolve. This is the gym and tanning salon all rolled into one. Oh, these Cubans are smart people. And this pile of rust is the old lighthouse. Oh, once you were a valiant light blinking in the sky, never to let a vessel wander unsuspecting by. When on the storm-tossed waters in black of moon, you revealed danger and protected sailors from their doom. But now you sit as dust amongst rock and rubble, no more saving wayward sailors alone and in trouble. But I salute you now despite your sorry end, because not so long ago you were once a sailor's friend. What the hell was that? Poetry on this channel? The only poetry an Aussie male knows is the one about the guy from Nantucket and I love a sunburnt country. Sorry people, that won't ever happen again. And this is the new lighthouse. We were keen to go up, but unfortunately this happened. Did you hear that? One of the Cuban military guys started yelling at us and wanted us to be like the great Polish poet Pisanowski. Apparently this was 100% military and a top secret installation, and apparently a no fun zone too. No filming or looking allowed. I may be seeing it from a different angle to the military guy, but I think the lighthouse is not too secret. I was going to suggest maybe they put on a different paint job or camo netting. Hang on, we need a bit more. Here and here. Wait, that tree is a secret installation too. That's better. As you can see, I was in full helpful mode, and I just wanted to help the Cubans. Yes, this is a learning channel, but I pride myself in being a helpful channel too, people. Oh no, what about the damn bright white light? Maybe khaki? No, that's terrible. I can still see it. Still no good. That's better. My mind was a whirl of all the helpful things I could say to help the Cubans, but Margarita put a stop to my helpfulness quick smart by being the voice of reason. She said I would just get shot. Fair enough, so we beat a hasty retreat.
We tried to visit the lighthouse, but it's restricted. It's militaries only. To the east, no walking. To the west, you're free to go. It's the old lighthouse there. It's destroyed, so you just see the scrambles.
Yeah,
The
rubble.
rubbles of the previous lighthouse.
They weren't too friendly like the other Cubans. I think they were military, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I just said. They're military.
Yeah, but the people were military.
I think the guy was a military because we asked, can we visit? He said no.
No!
We just stay a bit long so Peter can take a shot. No, go away.
No pictures!
No pictures. So
No fun! Not allowed to have fun here. So, these are the first Cubans that weren't very friendly, but I think it's because they're trying to guard their secret lighthouse. Their secret lighthouse at the end of the earth. Just like the other islands over the last couple of episodes, this is honeycombed with breathe holes. As the waves recede, the island takes a big breath and then exhales. It's 100 miles an hour. Some of the breathe holes can be huge, like a big sinkhole. I'm going to try and swim into one from the sea. How cool is this, people? But I better get out of here before the lighthouse keepers want to use their toilet. Better go get some dinner. Oh, bloody great! I was looking for a new dinghy anchor. Might be a tad bit on the big side though. Oh, and here's some chain. I was looking for some chain too. Also a bit solid. Maybe I'll just take one link, and that'll do as the anchor as well. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not going to shoot this grouper just on principle. It's just too easy. Don't tell Margarita though, she gets a bit pissed when I do this, but I will conveniently keep my mouth shut. The secret to a happy marriage, people. I'm thinking of another original documentary, My Hermit Crab Teacher. Only one lesson really to be learnt there, how to make your eyes stand out like dog's balls. It wouldn't be the greatest masterclass, but people seem to watch anything nowadays, well, except my blog. And here is another fan of sailing into freedom. Not as articulate as the iguanas though. This stingray, she is certainly a fan. Just got a touch from her. Okay, enough of the sightseeing. This is looking a bit too easy. Oh, come on, this is just way too easy. Where's the thoughts of your self-preservation, my dear snapper? Well, I'm not going to take the shot just on principle, but the one out back, he's fair game. A nice dog snapper, and a load of conch. This will be all our main meals while we're in Cienfuegos. We start out early. The only real problem is a military prohibited zone immediately north of the island. Most cruisers I've spoken to ignore this zone entirely. Even when they do go south of the island, they still end up within the prohibited zone because of the dog-legged nature of the zone. I of course obey all the rules, people. Well, the ones that I like, and also the sensible ones. All 2 of them.
Mainland Cuba in sight. We're heading to Cienfuegos. It's been a one-tack wonder. It was a bit difficult at start because you had the wind come a bit east, and so we were forced into the forbidden zone, the military prohibited zone. But apparently Everyone does it, so...
I don't know what I'm talking about. That's not the real soundtrack. This is the real soundtrack here. We sailed south of the Lighthouse and never ever entered the prohibited waters to the north that we didn't enter.
It's been really good. It's like 6.5, 7 knots. We did it in no time.
And there is mainland Cuba, with Cienfuegos safely tucked up a few miles inland beyond. But you have to tune in next week, people. See you then.